to have to start the clapping thing again. Revival is a very special thing, but I realize, I got friends that just, you know what they tell me? We can't afford to have revivals. The people won't come. We don't get enough money. We can't afford it. And I go, wow, I don't think you can afford not to. For me, it's my time. That's my time. Camp meeting, revivals, that's my time. Revival is special. I had a friend one time, he was in a little bitty church. He went here, became a preacher, went to another church, went to a little small church, and he called me up and he said, Brother Chapman, I want to have a revival. This church tells me they haven't had a revival in years. And he said, I have a friend that said he would come and do it if I would just buy his gas. He said, I can't even buy his gas. I said, brother, I don't remember the time frame, but I said, line him up. And I said, every week when y'all pay the bills, ask them to put $10 in a revival fund. I went to that revival. He had it. They had a revival in that church. First one they'd had in years, because very simply, he began to say to them, revival is special. We need to make preparations. He began to blow the trumpet, see? You see what I'm saying? So I'm blowing the trumpet, and I'm calling for an assembly. And I'm telling you that revival is special, and I'm telling you, it also says sanctify the congregation. Sanctify is the God's word, and it simply means to make holy. It means to make holy. And so revival is a holy time in the church. God sees our effort. That's what this is all about. Then it lists everyone that should be called. And it's everyone should be called. People say, oh, but my kids. Bring your kids. Now, I don't remember this because I grew up with a father and a mother that we didn't sleep in church. Let me just explain it to you like that. Then I won't go any further. I'm just going to tell you, you didn't really even want to shut one eye for fear that they would be on that side thinking you were asleep. Understand? I can remember hearing people tell stories about when sermons went long and that the babies would curl up on the floor and go to sleep on a mat. Nowadays, people say, oh, I can't take the kids. Well, are they going to be in bed at home before they would be out of here? I ain't saying nothing. Unless I'm saying that's a cheap cop-out to keep mom and dad at home, but I ain't going there. Here, I got off track there. Yeah, shoot, boom! Had to shoot that rabbit, no more chasing. There are other rabbits waiting in the bushes. Oh, next Sunday is our first Sunday of revival, and a huge number of people are going to get one good service, and it's going to be Sunday morning. So I'm trying to not be harsh. I'm trying to not even go there, but man. And if you come here prepared for one service and that's all you get, you won't get much, and I don't care how good it is. I don't care if it's a breakout service. I don't know if y'all are understanding this. Some of you guys, you've gone to churches. I see it in here yet. If you've gone here more than about 3 times, you figure out we don't have ending times on anything. You know, some churches, they say first service starts at 8:30, second service starts at 9:30, Sunday school comes at 10:30. Well, that means you got to be done with one to start the other. We have starting and ending times, I guess, for Sunday school. I told you I was late in here today because I was in Sunday school late. But we don't say churches from 11:30 or 10:30 to 11:30 because that might insinuate that I'm going to quit preaching at about 11:30. I don't even want to mislead anybody that bad. I try to be done by 2. We ate that roast we burnt last week. We went right home and ate it. We reverted to the Old Testament, held that thing up, that little burnt black thing. Said, oh God, would you receive the sacrifice of your people Israel? It wasn't hurt. It was tough around the edges. No, it was fine. We didn't burn nothing. Now, I do have a disclaimer built into here. I'm not talking about people who have to work. All right? I realize some people work at night. I realize that. I say goofy stuff and people come up and they want the exception made, you know. I'm not talking about the exception. I'm talking about the rule. I'm talking about the rule. If you go to work at 3 p.m. and get off at 11, you could take vacation. I heard one from a retired person. Oh, have mercy. Y'all don't know. See, church is so different than when I was growing up. You know how they used to build churches? You know how they used to build churches? Men in the church went as a group to the bank and put their homes up against the loan because no bank in their right mind would give a church money. Nobody. And so a group of men from the church who believed God was in it and that God was going to pay the bills would go to the bank and sign their names and put their houses up for the church. We're going to have a group of people right over here with sign-up sheets. No, please don't go out of here and say that. I hear that enough already. The reason we're not doing membership today is a couple of you hadn't brought your deeds yet. I need those this week. And I don't try to single people out, but one of the first times I sat down with Bill Ward, he asked me, he said, now, what exactly do you have to do to join this church? He had heard that. He had heard you join this church, you sign over everything. You do, but it isn't to me. And it ain't to this church, but you do sign everything over to God. It better be that way. All right, I got to go because we're going to preach. Whew. Next Monday night, we're going to be having revival right here. Where do you think you will be next? Make your plan right now. So I want you to envision yourself next Monday night at 7 o'clock. I want you to think about it. I envision myself sitting right beside my wife. We don't get to do that very much, do we, baby? I probably won't be at 7 o'clock, but, well, I'll still be around somewhere. But that's where I'm going to end up, right down there. You say, well, you got to. You're the preacher. I went to revival when I wasn't the preacher. All my life. I was talking to somebody the other day. I almost said my dumb father, but that would not be good. He was not dumb. I just thought he was when this was happening. He thought that if the lights turned on at the church, it somehow pulled our bodies toward it. And when the door opened, my nose went through it. That's just the way it was. And we were crazy enough. If some other church had a revival, we went to it too. Wow! Yeah, preacher, it's obvious you got too much of it.